What's up, guys? So hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to be making my own DIY oil cooler kit because with the front mount now that I don't have a top mount anymore. The one I have is a Mishimoto one. This one worked perfectly. It's like they already had their own kit ready, all the lines already made. The only thing is that now I have like a front mount intercooler. A lot of the ones that are ready kit won't really fit anymore, so you technically have to go to your own DIY because these mount, it kind of pushes too forward up, and so it hits the front mount intercooler, which is okay. So this is my first time making any kind of kit. These are like the stuff I have. So this is a dash 10 hoses. I have these hose ends. Actually, this one is a billet vise jaw. Kind of holds in the hose ends. So I have two brands. This is the Evil Energy and the Vibrant one. Vibrant one, this one is the 60 degree. I got two of these. These ones should come off to this sandwich plate, what I'll talk about later. I believe this one is like a straight one. This is a 90 degree and this one should be a 45. Then I have some fire retardant stuff for the hose. Similar like this, but it's like a silicone type. This is like kind of a bar to make my own mounting brackets. Hopefully this is not thick enough. If it's too thick, I don't have anything to cut with. This is sort of a riv nut tool. I never used this before, so hopefully that will work. But yeah, I showed you the hose. So this is a sandwich plate from Mishimoto. I've used it before and it works. It comes with a, I believe at 85 degrees Celsius, which is 185 degrees Fahrenheit, a thermostat. I put in, I believe, a 200 one, which is 100 degrees, or 95, I don't remember, but I put a higher one because it kept on overcooling the car, because this was really exposed, like pretty much where the front intercooler was. So since it's blocking it, I think it would get less airflow, which the temps will be a bit higher, which is what I want. But ideally, I don't want it to be over like 210, because right now my car is like, even though it's like 90 degrees on the highway, it's going like 220, almost 230, which is freaking crazy. But I believe it's like the heat rating from the headers, which I have Killer Bee headers, which are not coated yet because I'm not fully tuned yet, which I want to get that done before I get anything ceramic coated. But yeah, let me get the car up in the air, take the bumper off from my intercooler, and then we'll see if this bitch works. All right, so don't worry about the background noise. Some people are cutting grass. But yeah, finally got everything off. Here is the oil cooler heat exchanger. What I want to do is to have it like this. I'm worried that it might be hitting this part. Yeah, so there's some people who put it on this side, which I kind of want to do, but right now that might not be the best solution, because I could route it this way and tuck it in all the way there. I could route it this way, but this is very tight. This is only for the intercooler piping, so I might put it here, but I'm not sure. But yeah, under the car, pretty much the oil filter is right there. If I put an adapter, if I put an adapter, I think it might hit the Killer Bees, so I might have to use the stock oil filter, which sucks. But it is what it is, you know? So I'll probably go to Subaru and buy a stock oil filter, because this is not gonna work right here. All right, guys, so here's the sandwich plate. I took off the lines. I forgot to tell you guys, but I bought these banjo bolts from Mishimoto, Mishimoto part, but yeah. Either I'm gonna insert these and remove this, or just go straight to the 60. I was gonna do the banjo bolt, then the 60, or just go from the 60 straight here. So I'm gonna test fit and see which one works better. I'm not sure if this will work as well, like that good, but I know for this one it will work because that one has it there. So let me test fit it. All right, guys, so here's the sandwich plate with just the 60 degree and hose ends directly off of it. It looks like it might hit the header, so I have to like kind of bend this. So maybe a good thing I bought the banjo bolts. I could just go direct up here and angle out right away, because this might hit it.
So let me test fit it with the banjo bolts and see if it works better. But overall, I don't think I can fit this Mazda oil filter because there's no way this is gonna fit. So good thing I went to Subaru and bought just a standard blue filter. Hopefully it's short enough that it'll fit here. But yeah, let me get the banjo bolts on first. All right, guys, so I have the sandwich plate with the banjo bolts and the 60-degree. Test fit it, and the stock oil filter works. This Mazda one won't work. It's too long and it'll hit the headers, which sucks, but you know. I bought a lot of them already, so sucks. But it's okay. This actually works now, so I'll angle this kind of like this. It has a lot of clearance from the headers, which is nice. Thank you to Schmedia for showing this. And yeah, now I'm gonna see if I can mount the oil cooler at least. And these lines should be able to fit through somewhere here. I'm gonna put some heat protective over the lines to try to remove heat from all this area. But yeah, I'm happy that this actually works. Good thing about the banjo bolts, make sure you buy these and the 60 degrees. They work really good. So yeah, I'm gonna tighten everything up and then get set to mount the oil cooler and the lines.
All right, so here's the mock-up of the oil cooler. I had it originally. I want to do it this way right here. Whoops, but now it won't fit because the horn and stuff was right here, like this, and this is okay, but this one I don't know how I'm gonna route this, so might as well just put it over here like this. Put it close to the AC condenser, and then this one can route here. This right now is a 90. I have a 45, so it'll be much smoother right here. My only issue is that it might get tight right here, so I either have to push this back so I can route the lines. But so far so good. My only thing I'm worried about is trying to make a mount, because I have no grinder or no saw to cut this. So hopefully I can just, I don't know, make brackets here and then zip tie the two up here. But yeah, everything's doing pretty good right now. I'm not gonna mount this yet because I just want to make the lines first. But let me see if I can make the brackets and get to it. All right, so cool thing I found out, if you buy this Dash 10 hoses, I believe this is the braided fuel lines. If you buy this from Evil Energy, it comes with all these hose ends already, so that's very cool. So I'm not sure why I bought extras, but just note that it does come with, I believe, one straight, two straights. I believe it's like a, I don't know, 90s. These are like 60s. This is probably a 90. It's probably like a 45 or 60, and this is probably like a 180. So that's pretty cool. So just know that if you buy this. All right, just a quick update. I called Mishimoto, and they told me that if you angle it this way, the right side is where you should go to the oil cooler, and then the left side is it's oil coming from the oil cooler. So I want to do this way because the right side should be pumping to, the bottom of the oil cooler, and then the top one will drain out down. And we do this because it gets rid of some air pockets, and once you drain out the oil, all the oil just drains back to the sump, I guess. So yeah, make sure you note that. Right side is into the oil cooler, the left side is drained out from the oil cooler, and then the left side is next to the thermostat. So make sure you note that. All right, so I cut the first hose for the top part. This one's about 66 inches. Now I'm gonna make one for the bottom one. Make sure this one goes to the left side of the thermostat. This one goes to the right side. So yeah, 66 inches for this one, and I'm gonna try to measure this one out. All right, so I cut the hose for the bottom one to the right side of the sandwich plate. This one is 62, so that one is 66 and 62. These are just around. I'm gonna cut them even more later. I overcut it just in case I kind of fuck up. So, all right, try to assemble it. So these AN hose ends, or fittings as some people like to call, You just could, there's two pieces, so you can remove this part right here. This one connects to the actual hose. I should have done this off camera. Let me do off camera. All right, so these are two separate pieces. So what I'm gonna do is to thread it on to the hose. I believe these are reverse threads, so righty loosey, lefty tighty. So I'm gonna do that, put on this, and then we can use the thing that I bought. This job piece that you go on the vise, put this on, and then you can tighten this without damaging it. Which you don't really need this, but I'm gonna use it just because I don't want to fuck up. So if you buy the right tools, shit should work. So I'm gonna thread this on. There should be like a wall on there that will prevent you from pushing in all the way. So I'm just doing that, and hopefully this works. All right, so I'm a weak ass, but I put this on. Make sure it goes in all the way. Well, you can't see, but my finger can only go through this much right here. That much. Make sure it goes in all the way until you can feel it touch the threads on here. There's threads here, but then there's an empty space here. You want it to reach all the way until hit the walls of the threads out here. So it should be all the way in. You can't really see it, but you see that little lip after the threads? That's where you want to push it all the way in. I have to use all my might. Look at these muscles, man. But yeah, got it in. Now I'm gonna use this on the vise. All right, here's the setup. So I got the little, it has magnets on the back of it. Just put it in the vise where the tips are. That's where you put it in. So this is where we're gonna screw into. I don't have an AM wrench, which sucks. I think there's an adjustable one, but I'm just using an adjustable wrench. So what I'm gonna do is to put some oil on this, making sure it lubricates in here, and just thread this on pretty easily. So get some oil, put it in there just to lube it up a little bit, to make it easier to go in. I'm gonna put some oil onto the hose end itself. Like that. And we're pretty much just gonna clean my hands off, but pretty much just gonna thread this bad boy in. And hopefully it threads in, I guess. I believe this is righty tighty, lefty loosey. So I'm just gonna tighten this and hopefully it works out again. So this is how I'm doing it right now. Just pretty much like that. It's getting tighter, which you honestly don't want to tighten it all the way. Just until it's hand tight, until you can't spin it anymore. Oh, you hear it. Still a bit more threads left, so I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, aluminum, you don't really want to do it. This is why you should get an alien wrench, because it's already scratching it, but I don't really care. This ain't no show car. It's all about performance, dog. It's almost there. And if you don't have the jaw, you could probably do it with 2 wrenches, but I'm pretty sure this is much easier to do. Yeah, almost there. See, still got a bit threads left. Oh, it's getting very tight now. You can barely see the threads now, so I think I'm gonna do a bit more and then it should be good. A bit more, I guess. All right, so it's pretty much good to go now. You can see that's how much of the gap I have, and this part right here should be able to spin freely. And make sure you're able to spin it so that it kind of loops up this part. But yeah, now I'm gonna test fit it on the oil cooler now. All right, so the line looks pretty good for this. I'm gonna do the hose ends for the oil cooler last, but so far looks pretty good. Very nice. Now I'm gonna do on this side, which is the drain to the top one. And then once I get that done, I'll probably cut these shorter, and then I could mount it onto these hose ends. All right, guys, here's the routing that I have. I took this little bracket piece off because I hit the intercooler. Sad boys, but it's okay. I'm probably gonna route this somewhere else. But so far, oil cooler gonna be like this. I'm not sure it's gonna hit the AC line, but it's okay. This is the routing that I have. Originally, I was gonna put these into this little small pocket right here, but it's kind of too tight and I don't want it to touch it, so I just rest it here. I have the heat shield. It's like a silicone heat shield all on the line. It touches up all the way here, which is very nice. This won't be touching. I'll try to angle it out like this. Zip tie these to make it tight. And this will go somewhere right here. Lean it against this. And this should be enough for the intercooler here. I kind of tested it out and it fits pretty good. Now I just gotta, it's hot. It's like over 100 degrees out here. Cut this, connect it to here, then make this one, and we should be good to go. But goddamn, it's hot. Hopefully this oil cooler will help. So after having some time to work on it, here's pretty much the mock-up right now. Looks pretty good, and then this would just route. I think I did a bit short because I decided to route it from here instead of there now, but it's okay. But yeah, everything looks pretty good. The only thing is that this is hitting right here, so I have to hit a hammer, try to push this back because this won't really sit flush with this right here. But yeah, right now I'm scared to do the brackets. Probably just gonna zip tie it for now, I guess. Pulling the bumper and the intercooler is pretty easy to do, so if it falls off, it's not a big deal. But yeah, so far it looks pretty good. Hopefully there's just no leaks. So just another test fitment with the intercooler. It looks very good now. Everything clears, which is nice. I have a ton of space. Well, once this mounts back up, it's close, but it has a lot of space. So I think I'm just gonna zip tie it. I'm not gonna do any fucking mounts or anything. I don't have the time or the tools to do it. But yeah, this is how it is so far. I'm gonna zip tie all of these to make it very clean. And yeah, I'm glad that it fits. Now I just gotta tighten things up. So first of all, I'm gonna do is to tighten the sandwich plate first. That's the control, the base. Once that's tight, I will tighten the banjo bolts. Then I tighten these AN fittings, and we should be pretty much good to go. Fill up with some oil and test this thing out. Hopefully it works. All right, guys. So I try to test fit these lines with the oil filter. There's no way this is gonna fit. It's already hitting the header on this side, and the lines is here. So I think I'm gonna use a 45 on the right side instead of a 60, so I can have more of an angle here to clear the filter, because the filter right now, it's already hitting the header already, but it can be screwed in. It's just that this thing is gonna be in the way. So if I have a 45, it can go down more and then angle out. So I'm just gonna take it out. Okay, so the first time putting this oil filter on, it's pretty difficult because it's hitting this edge of the filter. But I guess once you kind of twist it in, it pretty much clears it. It's fairly close, but I'm probably gonna put some gold tape, but it's pretty good. So yeah, now it's time to tackle these lines. I think I might buy like a blanket for the oil filter. I'm not sure if I should get one, but we'll see. All right, got the 45-degree fitting on it. It was actually pretty easy to put on because you just gotta remove this part. This part stays put inside the hose, so that's pretty good. But yeah, God, focus. But it clears the oil filter a lot more, so make sure you get a 45 for the right one and then a 60 on the left side, which this one works much better. I'm a bit afraid of this, but I can pretty much tuck it in. So let me put this, whoops, whew, it's really hot. So let me put this this side here, fill it with oil, and it's gonna be tilted this way, and then just pretty much mount it up. So for the stuff, you have to torque down to these banjo bolts right here. I torque it down to 30 foot-pounds. And then there's a bolt right here that connects the sandwich plate to the original threads of the oil filter. That's also 30 foot-pounds as well. And then these AN fittings right here, these are just tightened down and tighten with this, or you can use your AN wrench, but just tighten it, just to hand tighten it, that's it. You don't need to tighten it that much. Whew, it's hot. So now I want to put the oil cooler on. I put this side on, this is the top side, so I'm gonna fill up here, put this in, and then we should be able to mount it. Make sure everything is tightened first before you do this, or else it might leak. We're almost there, almost there. All right guys, so I got everything mounted up. For now, I'm just using zip ties right here, here, and here. This side is touching while this side has a gap. It's because of this hose right here that's touching this. I try to hammer it in as much as I can, but that's all I can go. But I can push this lip here to make it go forward a bit. But I test fitted the intercooler, everything fits pretty good. Now I just gotta make everything look neat and stuff, and time to mount the intercooler, and everything should be good. But then the thing that should happen if I start the car and see if it works or not. So fingers crossed. All right guys, got everything put back together. Everything works really good, no leaks or anything. I just will have to see if I have to refill the oil again, because I don't know, I didn't put too much oil inside the oil cooler. But overall, this was pretty easy. You should put some time, because I don't know, I was recording and it was hot as hell, but I don't know, 5 hours should be good to do this slowly. But yeah, so far so good. Nothing touches the intercooler. There's a bunch of space in between. Could see the lines there, but yeah, can't really see anything here, which is nice, but you can see it there. But yeah, everything's all black and good. The only thing is that the oil filter is still pretty close to the headers, so I might have to buy a blanket. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you're driving your dream car.